Flowers are blossoming and blooming in the flower market thanks to LOasis Floral Designs. Artist Laurence Thiessen is here with us today to tell us about her passion and flair for flowers. Please welcome co-owner of LOasis Floral Designs, Laurence Thiessen.
Hi, Laurence.
Hi, Laurence. How are you doing today?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me here.
Of course. Tell me more about LOasis. How did you get into floral design?
Well, I always loved flowers to begin with. I'm from Geneva, Switzerland. We always had flower at home. In May, we used to go the whole family in the forest and pick up tons of lily of the valley. So my love story with flowers started here in New York when a good friend of mine was designing for an event and they were looking for extra freelancer, and she asked me if I would be interested. And I went and I worked there and I just loved it. It was beautiful, it was flowers all over, and everything started from there, basically.
So tell me more about your freelance experience. Like, what kind of work have you done in freelance?
I did a lot of freelancing in weddings and then also some corporate events. But my experience was mostly on the weddings. That's really where I gained all this experience because you have so much to do in the weddings, you know, ceremony, cocktail hours, reception, personal flowers. So there is a lot more than you would maybe have on a corporate or.
Yeah, there's a lot happening at weddings. Is this where you met your partner at LOasis?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Armando, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you guys met during a wedding, freelance, and ever since you've been working at LOasis.
Yes.
So how long has LOasis been around for?
Since 2005.
Wow, so you just celebrated the 10th birthday for it?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's incredible. 10 years of experience working with flowers. You must know a lot.
I guess so, but you always learn. You always learn, you never stop learning.
So LOasis Designs has been around for about 10 years. I'm sure that you've worked with a lot of couture designers and done a lot of events that we might find interesting to hear about. Do you want to share any with us?
So we started designing for restaurants weekly. They also had banquet room upstairs, so they host a lot of parties, birthday, bar mitzvah, small weddings. We also start designing for beautiful couture house like Valentino, Mulberry, Givenchy. Wow. We're still designing for Bottega Veneta, Brioni. Wow, so we do a lot of different things. We just got bigger now with wedding. And I guess it's because we've done a lot of photo shoots that were published.
So tell me, where has LOasis's work been published?
The Knot magazine, Brides magazine, Style Me Pretty, Every Last Detail, Elizabeth Ann Design, and I can't remember them all.
Oh
but
my gosh,
yeah.
So many you can't remember. I love it. So I know that you also do a lot of events. One in particular that I'm a fan of is the Blossom Bowl.
Yes.
That should be coming up April 19th, if I'm not mistaken. So tell me a little bit about your work with the Blossom Bowl.
That's our favorite event. First of all, Padma Lakshmi is amazing. She's such a beautiful person, in and out.
Stunning. Yeah.
And the Blossom Ball is fundraising for the endometriosis. It's usually a large event for about 400 people.
Oh, wow.
And in big rooms, so we have those beautiful tall arrangements, lots of blossom, lots of fragrance, because Padma loves fragrance and we do too. So it's always fun. No, it's a great, great, great event. I love it. Challenging every time because it's different every time.
So at the Blossom Bowl, I know that you work with top chefs Padma Lakshmi. So what kind of flowers does she like? Like what kind of work did she enjoy that you put out there?
She loves colors and fragrance. Jasmine, tuberose, so every time we design something, we always incorporate them somehow, somewhere.
I can't imagine how fragrant the room must
It's
smell.
Beautiful.
Like a walk-in garden.
Yes, right? Exactly,
Oh
exactly. It's a walking garden each time.
So I know your specialty is weddings. How far in advance should someone book you if they want you to do floral arrangements for their wedding?
They can really book us anytime they like to if we're available, but usually a bride would contact you about 6 to 8 months before.
So what is a normal consultation with you like? How do you get the direction and kind of feel out what a bride wants for her floral arrangements?
They usually contact us by email as an approach, you know, sure. And we give them a call. We try to meet with them because it's very important to meet in person and to understand their vision. A lot of brides have a Pinterest board already, so that's helpful too because that's kind of give you a direction of where to go.
Yeah, mood board.
But I really like to meet with them and preferably on site.
Okay.
Because we can do a walkthrough together and vision all the possibility in the room. if they can do that, I'd rather meet them in their home or a place that they picked, because that's also another way of understanding their personality and what they like.
Yeah, you kind of get a feel of what the bride is about and
Yes.
their personality and, what flowers work best for them.
Exactly. What's in season too, that's important
that is
also. Yes.
Well, every flower tells a story, right?
Yes, they do.
So tell me about some of the more unique brides or wedding parties that you've done floral arrangements for.
We had that beautiful bride with purple hair and a big tattoo on her back, and she wanted her flowers to be black, purple, and orange, and we incorporate some feathers in it. It was really fun.
So I know one of the unique brides that you worked on was the bubble bride. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
That was a wonderful photo shoot at the Green Building in Brooklyn, and everything was around bubble. So Armando create that beautiful chandelier with bubble glass and fiddle from heads.
Oh, wow.
So that's also an unusual plant. We had air plants in her bridal bouquet.
Oh, gosh.
It was very interesting.
So aside from the unique weddings that you've done, can you tell me more about the traditional weddings that you've done? Any special ones that we should hear about?
We've done a beautiful one at the Oika Castle too. Very romantic venue. It's like a mini Versailles. And we used a lot of lush hydrangea for the centerpiece, dahlias, lots of garden roses. That was more traditional.
Oh, stunning. That sounds beautiful. So what is your personal favorite flower to work with?
I love garden roses.
Garden roses?
They're beautiful and their fragrance is amazing. Yes.
Are any of the pieces that you brought with you today incorporating these garden roses?
Not today, because I wanted to bring something a little different, so I do not have any garden roses.
I love that. We're always looking to see something different, though, and I think to see something a little more outside the box definitely would display like some special skills that you have there. What's the most unusual plant that you do like to use aside from the garden roses?
Air plants, succulent, fiddle fern heads, they're really cool. Very unusual, and you can do tons of things with them.
So what are the more popular trends happening right now in the bridal industry in terms of floral design?
Well, you always have brides that still love the vintage look and a little classic, but I see a lot of large bridal bouquet using eucalyptus, country flowers. Recent wedding we have done, they were upstate in a barn. I mean, brides have a tendency to really like that now. And it's fun because it's outdoor and it's beautiful, especially for photo shoot.
Oh, wow.
It's really great.
Do you find that today's bride is a little more prepared than maybe in the past?
Definitely. Especially with the Pinterest, they all have a board, that they send you, or they bring some pictures. So it's really helpful because you kind of know already what direction to take, and what are their taste.
I'm sure that helps you a lot too, because you don't have to kind of guess what they want. You can see and visualize it.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's like a direction, but then by talking to them, you really understand their personality, their style, and you can throw some ideas, that will complement what they had in mind.
Yeah, you profile them.
Yes, exactly.
Like an FBI agent.
Yeah, kind of.
So tell me a little bit about your partnership with Armando. What are his specialties? Like, what does he bring to the table at LOasis?
So he loves to design big. Sculpture, big arrangement, unusual, unique. Nothing is impossible for him. So he would definitely go beyond your vision, and he loves it.
Oh, I love that. And you do more romantic?
I would say, yeah, more romantic, not necessarily traditional, but more like garden feel. I love to use nature, fruits, flowers. So between both of us, it's a good complement,
Yeah, you seem like you guys can get anything done and create any vision.
Absolutely, and that's what is challenging with a wedding and unique.
Make a dream come true, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Laurence was kind enough to bring 2 beautiful sample pieces from her studio, LOasis Floral Designs. I see a lot of pinks, yellows, and a lot of foliage happening. What are these 2 pieces?
So like I was telling you before, nowadays we see a lot of big bridal bouquet with lots of foliage, kind of country flower, some proteas. So this is what I wanted to do today as well, with some eucalyptus, lisianthus, some protea, something a little bit different than a traditional bouquet. I also love to have some details in the back with some ribbons, lace, pearls.
Super gorgeous. It's like a corset for the
Exactly,
stems.
it's a little corset. Yes,
I love
that's
it.
the word.
These are like very in vogue right now, very popular, these eucalyptus leaves.
Pretty much. I mean, we see a lot of arrangement, whether it's for the table or in the bridal bouquet, lush, lots of cascading foliage. So this is definitely in trend.
I love it. It's clearly
Thank you.
a very beautiful piece of work. So much like this other piece, I see another beautiful work here, and this also has a lot of eucalyptus leaves. But what else is going on here?
It's a little more traditional. White bouquet, again, it has Lysianthus, the Narcissus. This is more classic, I would say, and traditional. It's a piece that you can put on a mantle, on a gift table.
Yeah, centerpiece for sure. And what are these
Centerpiece, yes.
again?
Veronica, country flower as well. Very
These are
pretty.
absolutely beautiful. I love how they drape and kind of add another touch of volume and texture to the piece.
Exactly. Yeah, texture is very important. I love that in bouquets.
Next up, Laurence is going to show us how to create the perfect floral arrangement. Stick around. We're so excited to have Laurence Thiessen with us today from LOasis Floral Designs. She brought some beautiful flowers for us to work with, and she's going to show us how to put together an arrangement. So Laurence, what are we working with today? I see a lot of flowers in front of us, and I am not sure what any of them are.
So we have some blackberries here because I love to use either herbs or fruits in my arrangement
Okay.
for texture. You have some parrot tulips from Holland.
Okay.
You have some spray rose,
Wonderful.
Israeli Lysianthus,
Okay.
and some narcissus. That smells really good if you want to. Isn't it
Oh
wonderful?
wow, yes.
I love them. So we're going to do something simple with a little bit of texture, beautiful color, something fresh.
Okay.
So first of all, you need to cut the stem in an angle because
Okay.
you want them to drink.
Aha, so that kind of opens up.
It helps, definitely, yeah. So we're going to put the Lysianthus. We're going to go around so you have kind of a crisscross with the stem,
Okay.
which look pretty too.
And I noticed that some of these are still in a kind of bud state. They haven't blossomed. Is
They
there a
might
reason?
not blossom yet, but it adds texture and it looks pretty together with the rest of the flower.
I love it. It's kind of like in contrast with the rest.
Yes, because it's very green actually.
Yeah. And now we're throwing in
Spray
the spray
roses.
roses.
Yeah. Tulips, usually I cut them, unless I want to do something a little more dramatic,
Okay.
a little shorter because they keep growing. So
Oh,
they're going to
really?
be out of the bouquet. But for now, we're just going to make everything at the same level.
I
But
didn't
just
know
so
that.
you know, yeah, tulips, anemones, they keep growing.
Oh wow, even after being cut.
Yeah, a couple hours after you see the heads are coming out. Mhm.
Oh, so this is like already coming together so beautifully, but it's so simple to do.
Yes. So you can move your vase around like that.
Would it be possible for me to put one in there?
Of course,
Yeah.
here.
Okay, sure. So what's the best way to place this?
Just blend them.
Okay.
You can put on the side, yeah.
Is that good?
We're gonna walk around. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Wow, I'm a regular florist over here. We should open our own shop.
Definitely. Rock and
Laurence
roll
squared.
shop. Laurence.
That's already so beautiful. And I love how the berries add some
Love the berries too.
texture that's not present in
Definitely.
anything else here.
You can eat them, just letting you know in case you want.
I was getting
Wanted
hungry.
to try.
Okay. Do they ripen at some point, or they're just never to be eaten?
They might a little bit, but you can't eat them, not these
Okay.
ones. Mm-mm.
It's clear I haven't had lunch yet. All I'm
Yeah.
thinking about is eating.
I keep going around.
So which of these are fragrant?
The narcissus.
Okay, that
These
would be
ones,
the
yeah.
most.
Tulips, very little fragrance. You don't really smell anything. Those spray roses, no. Garden
Okay.
roses have a wonderful fragrance, but in general, the roses that you find here, they don't have any fragrance unless
Really?
they garden.
Why is that? Is there a reason, or is it particularly grown in the U.S. or outside of it?
No, they come from Holland.
Okay.
Some of them. Other ones, we have a lot of roses from Colombia, Ecuador.
Is that where do you get a lot of your flower shipments from? Is it all over? Wherever
All over
they're
the world, really, yeah. And we go to the flower market, you have different vendors there.
Sure.
And that's where you find everything. Mhm.
And each country and place has its own specialty flower that you want to
Yes.
get specifically from there.
Yes.
Are there any in...
France is beautiful for
Yeah?
ranunculus and anemones. Japan is amazing. I think Japan has the best flowers
You think so?
because of the climate, you know,
Okay.
and it's just gorgeous.
They can grow almost anything.
Pricey,
Yeah.
but beautiful.
So if our bride wants to use a flower that is not in season, is that an issue?
We can possibly get it,
Okay.
but it might become very pricey.
Okay. So it's more up to the bride and what their budget is and what they're willing
Yeah.
to spend.
And
Okay.
also, I think using seasonal flower, you always get a better quality. Also,
Okay.
you know, it's around, it's spread beautiful.
Okay. Is it more cost efficient? Is
Yes.
it cheaper too? Okay.
Yes, definitely.
So these are all in season then? Okay.
I mean, actually, right now it's difficult to talk about seasons. I
Oh,
mean,
okay, it's fine.
you know, I mean,
Sorry.
it's cold, it's hot. I mean, it's crazy. The weather
Yeah.
is just crazy. So
Especially
we
this
don't have
year.
any more seasons. I already saw some cherry blossom at the market,
Get
and it's
out.
not the spring yet. Yeah.
Well, the
So-
groundhog didn't see his shadow, so spring is coming early.
So it's starting to come together. You have some beautiful
Starting, it
color.
absolutely is
texture.
together. This is gorgeous. I'm gonna give this to my mom.
Yeah. Okay. I could add eventually a little touch, but the vase is not that big, so I want to. They need to breathe a little bit too.
Can I throw in?
Of
one more?
course, yes, yes, yes.
So it needs to be cut right
Yeah.
from the bottom.
So again,
I'm
you
gonna
cut
trust
in
you to
an
do
angle
that.
and just find a spot where you don't
Okay,
see them.
let's see. Oh God, you're so good. They're everywhere.
That was a good spot.
Right here?
Here. You also
Okay.
want to put the flowers like facing you.
Oh.
So when you look at the bouquet, so they don't go like every direction.
I want it to face at me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We could add a little more maybe.
Okay.
We could add one here too.
Okay, cool. So right here, facing me.
Maybe not too close up this one.
Oops.
Maybe here,
Okay.
right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect,
Is that too much out?
Laurence.
Okay.
A little bit. But it's nice to have some heights. It's okay.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be all the same. You don't want
Okay.
a dome or a turtle, you know?
Okay. Some draping.
I love draping. Yes. Okay, I think we have a nice bouquet here.
I love it. This is beautiful.
Thank you. I love my job. I think that's the most important things to do a good job is to have passion and love for it.
Yeah, you found something that you love to do.
Definitely.
And here you are today doing it with us, which this is absolutely gorgeous, and it's clear that your love for your work shines. Oops.
Thank you.
Do you have room for one more tulip?
Yes, of course. Here, let you decide where you want to put it.
I want to put it. Oh,
So yes, we move the base
I'm
towards you.
learning. Okay. Okay.
Here, another one. You can choose a
Oh,
place for
wow.
that too.
Thank you.
Yep.
Here. Okay.
It's good.
Oh no, mine are so much higher than yours.
You know why? That's because there is so many stems. It's a little difficult to put it in. So we're gonna go just here. We found a little
Okay.
spot. That baby.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness. This is
we
absolutely
go.
fabulous. Thank you so much for showing us how to put this arrangement together. It's gorgeous, and you did that in like no time flat.
Thank you.
So Laurence, what are some tips that we need to know at home to build the perfect floral arrangement?
Start your bouquet with clean water, clean vase, clean water. Make sure you take off all the leaves on the stem
Sure.
because that would make the water dirty as well. Tulips, they always have soil, rinse them well. Cut them shorter than the rest of the flower too because they keep growing.
Ah,
So unless you want something dramatic again, then cut them shorter.
okay.
And then when you place the flower, make sure they're facing you. So at the end, you always have an harmony and they're not like,
That's a
you know.
mistake I was making trying to put it in. What are some tips that brides need to know when picking flowers for their arrangements?
Make sure you choose seasonal flowers and keep in mind that even if you want to do something simple, flowers of quality are not cheap and there is always a lot of work, people and time behind the wedding.
For appointments and consultation with the fabulous Laurence herself, check out LOasisFloralDesign.com. This has been Laurence with My Wedding TV, helping you plan your special day.